Today we are starting the chapter Human Health and Disease. In this chapter, we will study the topics health, second health, how health is affected by, third disease, fourth what are the common disease in humans. In this we will study the topic typhoid, pneumonia and common cold. Fifth, the disease caused by protozoa. In this we study malaria and amoebasis. Sixth, what is immunity? In immunity, we will study innate immunity, acquired immunity, antigen and antibodies, active and passive immunity. Seventh topic, we will study about vaccination. Eighth topic, we will study AIDS. Ninth topic, we will study cancer. And tenth topic, the last topic of this chapter is drugs and alcohol abuse. So let's start this chapter. So first topic of our chapter is health. So what is health? Health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. When people are healthy, they are more efficient at work. Balanced diet, personal hygiene and regular exercise are very important to maintain good health. Yoga has been practiced since time immemorial to achieve physical and mental health. So now, what are the factors that affect the health? There are three factors which affect the health, that are genetic disorder, infections and lifestyle. In genetic disorders, these are the defects which inherits from parents to offspring. In infection, we generally study about the disease, and in lifestyle, we include the food and water that we take, rest, exercise that we give to our bodies, habits that we have or lack. Now, we will study the topic disease. So, what is disease? When the functioning of one or more organ system of the body is affected by characterized by various signs and symptoms, we say that we are not healthy. That means we have a disease. Diseases are broadly classified into two categories: infectious disease and non infectious disease. Disease which are easily transmitted from one person to another are called infectious disease, and non infectious disease are the disease which are not easily transmitted from one person to another. The example of infectious disease is the like AIDS, like typhoid, tuberculosis, etc. And non-infectious disease example is diabetes, cancer, and etc. Cancer is the major cause of death. Pathogen. What are the pathogen? The pathogen are disease causing organisms are known as pathogen. Now the next topic of this chapter is what are the common diseases in humans. In this, the first disease we study is typhoid. Pathogen of typhoid is Salmonella typhi. Symptoms of typhoid is high fever, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, headache, and loss of appetite. Intestinal perforation and death may also occur in severe cases. Now, how typhoid fever could be confirmed? Typhoid fever could be confirmed by a viral test. By a viral test. Now, what are the modes of transmission of typhoid disease? This pathogen is generally entered by the small intestine through contaminated food and water and migrate to other organs through blood. Now, the second disease we will study, pneumonia. Pathogen of pneumonia is Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenza. Symptoms of pneumonia is alveoli get filled, leading to severe problems in respiration. Symptoms includes the fever, chills, cough and headache. In severe cases, the lips and fingernails may also turn grey to bluish in color. Modes of transmission of pneumonia is transmitted through droplet infection. Now, the third disease we study is common cold. The pathogen of common cold is rhinovirus. The symptoms of common cold is nasal congestion and discharge, sore throat, hoarseness, cough, headache, tiredness. Mode of transmission of common cold is through droplet of infected person. Now we'll study the disease caused by protozoa. In this, the first disease we will study the malaria. Pathogen of malaria is Plasmodium. Plasmodium has four varieties: Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium falciparum. In these, the malignant malaria is caused by Plasmodium falciparum, which is a fatal disease. Organ affected by the malaria is liver and RBCs. Method of transmission of malaria is by biting of female Anopheles mosquito. Symptoms of malaria is high fever and chills. Fever occurs on every alternate day, and vomiting is also occur in malaria. Amoebiasis. Our next disease of protozoan is amoebiasis, which is also known as amoebic dysentery. Pathogen of amoebiasis is Entamoeba histolytica, which is an intestinal protozoan parasite. Organ affected by amoebiasis is large intestine of man. Method of transmission of amoebiasis is: first, it is transmitted by housefly, means housefly act as a mechanical carrier. Second, as the cysts of pathogen are found in the intestinal discharge, the possibility of interferon to healthy person is through contaminated water or improperly washed or cooked vegetables and fruits. Third, the pathogen can also be transmitted through dirty hands. Symptoms of amoebiasis is: the parasite live in the intestine and destroy the mucous membrane. This may cause bleeding and ulcer that produces dysentery. Hence, the patient passes out blood and mucus with the stool. There will be severe pain in abdomen, fever, nausea and nervousness also occur. Stool with excess mucus and blood clots also occur in this disease. Prevention of amoebiasis is: first, proper disposal of fecal matter of the patient. Second, vegetable and fruits when used raw should be thoroughly washed. Third, water should be boiled before drinking. Now we start the topic immunity. So in immunity we will study what is immunity. The overall ability of the host to fight with the disease causing organism by immune system is called immunity. There are two types of immunity: innate immunity and acquired immunity. Now we will study innate immunity. What is innate immunity? It is a non-specific type of defense mechanism present at time of birth. It has four barriers: physical barrier, physiological barrier, cellular barrier, and cytokine barrier. In physical barrier, the example is skin covering of the body and secretion of mucus in the respiratory tract. Physiological barrier Physiological barrier example is acid in stomach, tears from the eyes. Third, cellular barrier. Certain type of leukocyte of our body like leukocytes and monocytes and neuro killer cells in the blood as well as macrophages in tissue can be phagocyte and destroy by cellular barrier. Cytokine barrier. The example of cytokine barrier are interferon. They are the protein. Interferon are the protein that released by a virus infected cell that protect other healthy tissue from getting infected. That is, they are antiviral protein. They stimulate the unaffected cell to synthesize the protein which can be interfere with or inhibit viral replication. Acquired immunity. What is acquired immunity? It is a specific type of defense mechanism. It shows two type of response: primary response and secondary response. It involves two type of lymphocyte: B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. In B lymphocyte show humoral immune response. Short form is HI, and T lymphocyte show cell mediated immunity, which short form is CMI. Now What is the difference between B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte? B lymphocyte differentiate in bone marrow and T lymphocyte differentiate in thymus. B lymphocyte attack the invading cell by secreting antibodies, but T lymphocyte attack the cell directly and kill them. B lymphocyte have short lifespan, but T lymphocyte have a long lifespan. B lymphocyte become active and multiply to form plasma cell and memory cell, but the T lymphocyte differentiate into TH, TC and TS cell. Now, what is the difference between antigen and antibodies? Antigen are the foreign particle which induce the formation of antibodies, but the antibody are the globular proteins produces in the response to antigen. Antigen are the low molecular weight, but the antibody are high molecular weight. Now, what are the structure of antibodies? Antibodies are the protein molecules called immunoglobulin and are of various type like IgA, IgM, IgE, IgG. Each antibody molecule consists of four polypeptide chain. Two are in which two are long or called heavy chains and other two are short or called light chain. Both are arranged in the Y-shaped structure, hence the antibody is represented as H2L2. Now we will study about the active and passive immunity. On the basis of production of antibodies, immunity can be further characterized as an active and passive immunity. What is active immunity? So in this we will study the 3 points. First, body produces its own antibody against antigen. Second, antibody are produced in the host body. Third, it is slow and takes time to give its full effective response. In passive immunity also we study 3 points. First, ready-made antibody is transferred from one individual to another in passive immunity, and the colostrum, second point, the colostrum is an example of passive immunity provided by mother to her child. In colostrum it contains the antibody IgA. Third point of passive immunity is it has the fast and act quickly in response to pathogen. Now we will study the topic vaccination. What is vaccination? It is the protection of the body from communicable disease by administration of agents that mimics the microbes. Vaccines are available against tetanus, polio, etc. Now we will study the major disease which is AIDS. Full form of AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Now, what is AIDS? Deficiency of immune system that acquired during lifetime and non-congenital disease. Syndrome means a group of symptoms. AIDS was first reported in 1981. AIDS is caused by HIV virus, which is human deficiency virus. Human immunodeficiency virus. HIV is a retrovirus having RNA as the genetic material. Method of transmission of AIDS is by first by sexual contact with infected person, second by transfusion of contaminated blood and blood products, third by sharing infected needle as intravenous drug use, by fourth by from infected mother to fetus through placenta. Prevention of AIDS. AIDS has no cure. Prevention is the best option. Safe blood transfusion, use of disposable needles, free distribution of condoms, prevention of drug abuse, advocating the safe sex and promoting regular checkups are the prevention of AIDS. Now, the major topic of this chapter which we are going to study is cancer. So what is cancer? Uncontrolled cell division which leads to production of mass of cell called cancer. Cancerous cell lost the property of contact inhibition. The cancerous cells aren't motivated to change the direction upon the contact, so they pile up and grow over each other. Cancerous cells just continue to divide, giving the rise to the masses of cell. which is called tumor. Causes of cancer. Normal cell transform into cancerous neoplastic cell by physical, chemical, biological agents. These agents are called carcinogen. There are three agents in cancer: physical agent, chemical agent, and biological agent. Physical agent: ionizing radiation like X rays, gamma rays, and non ionizing radiation like UV rays. Chemical agent contain tobacco smoke, sodium azide, methyl ethane sulfonate. Biological agents: in biological agent we have 2 points. Cancer causing viruses are called oncogenic virus, have a gene called viral oncogenic induced transformation of neoplastic cell. Second, cellular oncogenic or proto-oncogenic in normal, when activated lead to oncogenic transformation of the normal cell. Now, the how can we detect and diagnose the cancer? Means the cancer detection and diagnosis by biopsy and histopathological study of tissue. Second, by radiography like X-rays, we can detect the cancer. By CT scan, the full form of CT scan is computerized tomography. And by MRI also we can detect the cancer. MRI full form is magnetic resonance imaging. Fourth point, the presence of antibodies against cancer specific antigen. How we can treat the cancer? Treatment of the cancer: there are four treatment of cancer: surgical treatment, radiotherapy treatment, chemotherapy treatment, and immunotherapy treatment. In surgical treatment, cancerous cell tissues are surgically removed. In radiotherapy treatment, the tumor cells are irradiated lethally by radiation. Chemotherapy treatment: drugs are used to kill the cancerous cells but show side effects like hair loss, anemia, etc. In immunotherapy, the patient are given the alpha interferon which activates their immune system and help in destroying the tumor. Now, the last topic of our this chapter, the drugs and alcohol abuse. So, adolescence is the period during which the child becomes matured. It is between 12 to 18 years. What are the causes of drug abuse? There are some points which describe the causes of drug abuse. First, curiosity. Second, adventure, excitement, experimentation, stress, or pressure to excel in examination. Effect of drug and alcohol abuse: first, reckless behavior. Second, malicious mischief. Third, violence. Fourth, drop in academic performance. Fifth, depression, isolation, aggressiveness. Prevention and control of drugs and abuse: first, by avoiding the peer pressure. Second, counseling and education. Third, by taking help from teacher, parents, and peers. Fourth, by taking the professional and medical help. Now, there are some questions related to this chapter as we have completed this chapter, and this is a one short video. You all watch this video till end. Now, I am asking some questions. So, my first question is: the pathogenic bacterium that causes typhoid fever in human beings is? Your answer is Streptococcus typhi. My second question is: which type of immunoglobulin present in cholesterol? Answer is IgA. My third question is: in the immune system, interferons are the part of which type of barrier? Answer is cytokine barrier. My fourth question is: among non-infectious disease, which disease causes death? The answer is cancer. So that's all for today. We have ended this chapter. Thank you.